Okay, so we're dividing polynomials by monomials, which means there's no plus or minus on the bottom. Just like you just said, when you're dividing, you subtract exponents when dividing. Okay, so you're going to subtract your exponents when dividing. Now, your coefficients, though, you treat like normal. Okay, so the reason we were able to separate these three terms with the same denominator is because when they're over the same line, that's just saying they all have a common denominator. So we separate them, and now can we simplify each little piece? Yes. Okay, so 3 divided by 3 is 1. C divided by C is 1. What's a squared over a? Well, what's my exponent of a? 1. 2 minus 1 is a to the first power, which is just a. Okay? Right? Doesn't this look familiar from right before break? Hopefully. Okay. I'm going to bring down my plus sign. What's 6 divided by 3? Okay, a cubed over a squared, because that's 3 minus 1. And c squared over c is just c. Now, the reason I haven't had to worry about fractions anymore is because you'll notice that all of the bigger exponents were on top, right? Okay, and everything dividing simplified into a whole number. So I don't have to worry about fractions.
So they basically flip. Instead of multiplying, we divide.
Yeah, yesterday we were multiplying, today we're dividing. Yeah. When what's on the bottom? No. We'll get to an example like that in just a second. Okay, so now 18 divided by 3 is, I'm going to bring down that plus, 6, and the a and the c cancel. Now, is this my proper answer? Where did all my pins go? No. It is the correct answer, but it's not written properly. Do you remember that? To write it properly, it should go from highest degree to lowest degree. So what's my degree here? What's my degree here? 3, because 2 plus 1. Remember, you add the exponents. Okay, and then this has no letter with no exponent, so it's 0. So our final answer is going to be 2a squared c plus a plus 6. Any questions with that? Pretty simple.
What's the reason why you put it in that order?
Because it has to be written in highest degree to lowest degree. So this has the higher exponents, and then lower exponents to no exponents. Okay, so now remember I said we're skipping example 2 because we're not going to look at long division yet today. That will be tomorrow when we have non-monomials on the bottom. We have binomials and so on. Okay, so let's look at example 3. So you'll notice that this is just bigger. It just has more numbers. It's not hard. Okay, it's the same exact thing. You're just going to simplify one more thing. Now, I want you to realize a lot of times when y'all realize you have to rewrite something that many times, y'all get annoyed or you don't do it or whatever. So you can think about it by breaking it into pieces on top. So those are the 4 terms on top, right? And I'm going to rewrite the denominator under each one. I know that one's not very centered, but it's there. What's 12 divided by 6? X9 over x squared. X to the 7th power. Y4 over y. Y to the 3rd power. Because remember, that's technically an exponent of 1. Everybody okay with that? What's 48 divided by 6? Huh? 8. I'm going to bring down that plus sign. Put an 8. X to the 5th over x squared. Okay. Y cubed over y. Okay, so I finished the first two terms of the third term. Negative 9 divided by 6. Well, that means minus. Now, 9 over 6, does that simplify to give me a pretty number? No, so we're going to leave it as a fraction. What goes into 9 and 6? 3. How many times does 3 go into 9? 6. Okay, and now x cubed over x squared gives me x. Y squared over y gives me y. Everybody okay with that? Okay, lastly, bring down that minus. What's 18 divided by 6? Now, where are there more x's? Bottom. So that's where the x is going to stay. What's 2 minus 1? 1. So it's just x, and the y's actually cancel. So it's just 3 over x. There's your answer. It is already in order 7, 8, 9, 10, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, and that's actually negative 1. Because x squared is on bottom and just x is on top, so there's more x's on bottom, and that's why x stays on bottom. So if you look at all of these, here you had x cubed over x squared. X cubed was more, that's why it came to the top. Okay, 5x's, 2x's, 9x's over 2x's. You see what I'm saying? They all had more on top, so we didn't have to worry about fractions until we got to that last one where we had more on bottom. Okay? Y'all, this is all you're practicing today. If you'll notice, your practice has an answer bank.